What School Won't Tell You, Episode 2. Hi guys, I'm pretty sure you know the best-selling book in the world, the Bible. The Bible's stories are indeed very impressive, considering Judaism and Christianity based their religions on the Old Testament and on the New Testament, respectively. In particular, Christianity, with its alleged savior Jesus, captivates millions of humans even to this day, some 2,000 years later. What school won't tell you, however, is the fact that the person, Jesus Christ as we know him, never existed in the first place. The alleged Jesus was actually a man who went by the name of Emmanuel. I know you're probably thinking, hey, religious teachers, priests, bishops, cardinals, or popes should know better. They can't be wrong, or can they? Well, as it happens, those people are not infallible, and they sure aren't all-knowing. Nor are those who retold, translated, copied, omitted, or added elements to the Bible's stories and simply falsified things over 2 millennia, creating a collection of fairy tales and lies, almost completely erasing the truth. However, as it is generally known, the truth inevitably comes to light. As it happened with Billy Meier. You remember him from our first episode. He was led to the current true burial cave of Emmanuel in Jerusalem back in the year 1963, where he was able to recover 2,000-year-old scrolls that had been encased in resin and subsequently buried. So, how did he accomplish that, let alone find the location of the actual grave? Well, Billy had support from the Plejaren. A Greek Orthodox priest by the name of Isa Rashid gave him the information about where the cave could be. Rashid had previously received telepathic impulses from the Plejaren, promoting him to search and eventually locate the burial cave. It's an interesting story, for sure, but what's the point of it all, and how does it relate to the name Emmanuel? Well, Isa Rashid knew Old Aramaic and was able to read and translate the scrolls. These ancient scrolls contained the original testament of Emmanuel, aka Jesus Christ, and the author was a disciple of the name Judas Iscarioth, who was wrongly denounced as a traitor. The scrolls further state that Emmanuel's biological father was the so-called guardian angel Gabriel, truly an extraterrestrial from the Plejaren. So Emmanuel was of partial extraterrestrial descent, but still human. Emmanuel taught the teaching of creation at a time when only he himself and Judas Iscarioth were the only ones capable of writing. All 11 other male disciples and also 17 female disciples were not educated in the ways of the written word. Due to the informative teaching, Emmanuel was very unpopular with the top brass, the governing ones, as well as the scribes. So the danger grew, and he was eventually betrayed by the son of a Pharisee in Jerusalem, delivered to the Romans by the high priests, and condemned to crucifixion by the governor, Pilatus. Interestingly enough, the original scrolls also reveal that Emmanuel didn't even die on the cross. He was unconscious and merely appeared to be dead. Joseph of Arimathea realized his state and had Samuel placed in his burial cave. Emmanuel was nursed back to health in the cave by friends who were proficient in the Indian healing arts. They entered the cave through a secret second entrance, or exit, which Emmanuel also used after 3 days to make his getaway. Later, he also met with his disciples, who couldn't believe that he had survived. So, what happened after these never-before-heard events had occurred? Emmanuel fled to India and continued to teach the teaching of creation, the teaching of the truth. He married and had several children. In his elder years, one son went to Jerusalem and hid Judas Iscarioth's scrolls in Emmanuel's burial cave. Emmanuel himself died at the advanced age of about 115 years and was buried in Srinagar, Kashmir, in India. To this day, the grave, that is, the shrine, can be seen in Srinagar. Next to the grave is a stone slab on which an engraving shows the footprints of a crucified man with scores. The position of the scars just behind the toes do not match each other, but they will align if a single nail is driven through both feet with the left foot placed over the right. As for the original scrolls, unfortunately, about 3/4 of them were destroyed during an attack on a refugee camp in Lebanon, where Isa Rashid stayed in the year 1974. He was able to escape this attack, but in 1976, he fell victim to an assassination in Baghdad. Luckily, the priest had been able to translate a portion of the scrolls beforehand and sent it to Billy Meier, who wrote the book Talmud Emmanuel from them. Finally, it needs to be said that other items have been salvaged from the burial cave, which are in the possession of Billy Meier to this day and serve as a testimony to the truth. You can find way more information in the description of this video. So, hope to see you next time when we once again reveal what school won't tell you.